Okay. Okay. Today I actually found a new tool to modify rockchip firmwares officially. I'm actually working on a new firmware, making a new debloated firmware, which is going to be even more debloated than the original, and it's got a new firmware base, which will hopefully be more stable. And yes, it's the base with the Mickey Mouse wallpaper. Yes, I found it by accident. It's as generic as it gets. I changed some boot logos already. I'm planning on changing it to a different one, the one of my old tablets had from my childhood, because it just looks good. Like that, let's be real, it just looks good. I mean, I'm the charging screen. I want to see if I can get the percentage up here, if it's possible. The boot screen is upside down, and it's highly unfinished. I'm gonna turn on the light here. You see, I put the default one in, which I haven't even finished, but it's getting a different one. I just have to upscale it first. It stays a black screen for a really long time. And there we go. Now it's booting. That boot logo being upside down is just an artifact of the screen being upside down. And yes, you can see I scratched the digitizer itself, so the digitizer is not reusable. It never was. They should have just put the little thing in front of it to protect it. I mean, this is actually one of the most durable Chinese tablet digitizers I've ever had. This thing has been dropped quite a few times in its life, and even face down, and it's never broken. But I am actually working on optimizing Android 5.1. This thing is going to be so debloated that it's not even going to have Google services in the end. It's just going to have Aurora Store and the Market Reborn app on it. With the Play Store beta version right now. Yes, I'm cleaning the screen. It was unintentional to point the camera that way. Also, dust has gotten into the screen. I don't bother fixing that right now. I guess it just has a lot of panel gaps. But then again, it has been apart quite a few times. And my room is really dusty at home. Not at grandma's house. Like, that's cleanable. But my room at home is really dusty because it's not cleanable. I've gotten used to it. I mean, it's been like that for quite a few years now, really. But that's just because I have no place to move my stuff elsewhere. I have a lot of parts and stuff. Some many guts of things like alarm clocks and stuff. So I've got really a good amount of guts of other devices. So it's just not cleanable. Maybe the future I could do it. It also doesn't help that many screws have gotten lost at some point. So yeah, I just try my best to just keep the main floor area clean, but it just cannot be really clean anymore there. But oh well. This tablet has been booting for a little while. That's normal, and I've never booted this up, this modified version. Only the stock version I've booted up. Not yet this modified version. I can't even clean the screen anymore. It's all gone embedded in there because it's been so long since I used this thing. Annoying. Well, it's been taking a while now. I think the backlight just got dimmer. I'm actually gonna try and figure out a way to make this backlight even dimmer than original, because I know it's a firmware problem. It could also just be a hardware problem. But if I can make the PWM so that it can be so freaking dim that you can almost not even see it at night, like the NHA tablet that can't even handle a live wallpaper is. Well, maybe I can make it like that, because this screen is just freaking bright. But maybe I can modify it using Arcade Factory tool. There's two versions. It's the production tool is the one that flashes the frame, but I have I have that one too, by the way. But I have the one which is used to put brands and such on generic tablets. It takes the firmware. You can also change some kernel flags, but they didn't work for Android 4.4. So there we go. Okay, so it's booted up now. Of course, the G sensor is not there. For all Google apps, what? Hey, wait, what? There is no Google apps on here. I removed it. You can see this firmware is very unfinished. What is this doing here? I removed that from the firmware and it just came back. Okay, so you can see it's just unfinished. It's not there yet, but you can see there is no Google Apps. This is one of the most generic firmwares I could find. I also found the real model number of this tablet. And I'm just gonna real quick perform my G sensor calibration. It doesn't have to be good because it's gonna get formatted anyway, so the G sensor will be off calibration again. You can see it's gone a lot faster as well. Like, it's not taking ages anymore. Calibrate. There we go. Now, okay, now the rotation shall stay like that way. The wallpaper is a little bit wrong. Okay. It looks cool though, but it's not the right way. It's looking, yeah, it's looking completely different now. And that's because I put the full resolution image on here right now. Yeah, you can see for some reason these apps returned. I removed these from the firmware and they've reappeared. This, I think there's a bug. There's a bug in the RK Factory Tool software, which I used to make the firmware with. Let me see. Here, look, I removed all the Google apps here. All of them are gone. All of them are gone. Pre-install completely empty, but yet the freaking Google apps are still there. That's interesting because I remove. Oh, here they are. They just reappeared all of a sudden when compiling the firmware. Incredible quality. Yeah, this is not even designed for end users like me, but I just like messing around with this tablet. If only GP Electronic released the firmware for this thing. Come on, do it. Like, just upload that shit to NeedROM or something. Like, I mean, I have a backup, but I can't test it, and I don't feel like uploading that to NeedROM or anything, because I don't want anybody else to brick their NHA tablets completely. You see, I tested the SD card booting on this guy, which is how I got here in the first place. But I couldn't get it to boot from SD. It just showed rockchip and got stuck there and went into some kind of broken loader state. Yeah, you see. Oh, okay. Actual, I turned it off. That's what happened. Yeah, you can. Oh, it may still actually be in loader mode from just now. Okay, or it could have been dying in loader mode. Oh well. It hasn't died. Like, it has not died. And that's because I have not flashed anything to it. You see, there it is. I just forgot to take it out of loader mode whilst it was trying to identify if secure mode was on. Oh well. It's fine now. I love it. You can actually hear part of the booting on, like, the speaker. But yeah, I just need to get some things right. This tablet will actually fit in this case and work. I just don't feel like taking it out. And also, have you realized something? Cleaning the screen and closing the keyboard cover has scratched the screen. Amazing. I'm not happy about that. Because, like, it was closed. And yeah, it moves around a little bit, the keyboard, while it's closed. And yeah, you can just see it's gonna scratch by the keys on the keyboard. Oh well. Going back to this tablet, yeah. So it is not. I'm not there yet. I'm not yet. I'm not there yet, but I can get there at some point. At some point, I will be able to make this work. So, did I get the buttons right? Yeah, because in this firmware they were reversed like Turbokids. So. But once this is finished, I'm making two versions because look, I can change the button mapping. You can see some unused ones here too. Back, camera search, notification, menu. Those are all unused. Home can be wired up though. Home can be wired up. But it's not finished yet. I need to change some other things. You can see U-Boot logo. I'm actually gonna put this on it. Hang on. I have it downloaded here. And I think it was a PNG file or a JPEG. Yeah, Android boot screen or JPEG. I have to upscale it first. Okay, it's currently converting the file. That's what's happening. It's converting it to the compatible format. This is the tool they use in the factories to put random things on these tablets. For rockchip, I also know. Yeah, I actually found. I think this is the highest quality version I found. For some reason, it's now 512 by 307 after putting it in. That's strange because the original is 800 by 480. Weird, but you can see it's low quality again. There it is. There's the original in its logo default. It's for Allwinner. And by the way, my Q88 didn't have this. It was some kind of Android. It was like some water or something. Amazing. Okay, init logo default.jpg shall be the one. Init logo default. Init logo default. Okay, it takes a while. And I've actually stepped away from Turbokids space. I moved to delete kids. Basically Enet M755E7. It's Beneva, by the way, but maybe Enet is the actual manufacturer for these. I don't know at all. Yeah, 800 by 480. Now it's actually the correct resolution. It's just squashed in here. But I'm gonna work on this firmware in the meantime. This is just the first boot, the first time I modified the firmware, so nothing too bad about it. Need to change the tap sounds from ancientness. Yeah, I don't know why. This firmware is Islamic. Those are actually default apps of Turbokids and WiseKids. This was also on WiseKids. This gets auto-updated. Well, does the camera work? I've never really tested that, but it should work because this tablet's an M755E7. That's what I realized. Oh yeah, look at that. It's working. Oh, I just took a photo by accident. Okay. So, yeah. Look, works fine. Works fine. Oh, wow, amazing effects. Ooh. Amazing effects though. This camera doesn't like doing this. Oh well. And it just needs to be finished, but you can see it's pretty damn responsive. How well do live wallpapers work on here? Wallpapers. Okay. Gonna put black hole here. That's probably the most intensive one. Oh yeah, look at that. I wish this thing could do it. Like I said, it has a wallpaper. Look at that. That's working. Oh well. I need to work on this. Right? Maybe, I don't know, OTA updates. No, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna happen. I need something else to make OTA updates, and I don't know how I'm gonna pull that off. There is one thing. Yeah, it's still in there. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I need to do some more modding. Oh well, let's just turn it off. I'm gonna modify this a little bit more in the meantime.